think back to all those years I was like in my dorm at the U of A, or through all my different phases of my life, just knowing like, hey, it's sometime in January, February, or March, we're going to be going up to Corvallis and Eugene, and this is the last time. It's kind of sad, In fact, it's the second to last of our true, like, traditional Pac-10 road trips, because we still have the mountain schools, but that's not a traditional Pac-10 road trip.
Right.
We've got the LA schools to end the year, but this is like, the Oregon trip is the second to last one. So, and we've had some good memories up there and a lot of bad ones too. And I've been trying to tell people on Twitter, like, hey, don't overlook this game tonight, because we've had probably better Arizona teams that have lost to probably worse Oregon State teams up at Gill. And they can come up and bite you. I know that they're hungry too, because they haven't been doing too great, but they still have the weapons. They've got, brawlers inside that can muscle us up, and they've got guys that can get hot from outside. So, yeah, I'm not counting on this one being an easy game. I don't want anyone looking ahead to Oregon.
I have to correct myself. I said 11 wins in a row. It's actually 7 wins in a row. I get my 7s and 11s mixed up sometimes.
What is that? Is that
seven wins in a row over the Beavers?
They lost the COVID game up in Corvallis.
Yeah, and I thought there was a recent loss. I was like, 11 doesn't sound right to me. But yeah, you're right. It was a couple years ago.
Well, speaking of 11, I was looking through some of the history in this rivalry, and like when I first became a U of A basketball fan, it was like right before Luke came, I guess, or right about when he showed up. But from 1979 to 1984, I think it was, Oregon State won 11 straight against us.
They were good, yeah.
Just to show they were good back then, and that, like, when I first became a fan, that was the team I really felt was the biggest rival. They had this huge guy, Jose Ortiz. If anyone remembers him.
I remember Jose Ortiz.
I think he went on to play in the NBA, and then I think he got into some legal trouble or something. But, man, he was like my first, like, hated enemy player, before a lot of the other guys. And then later, of course, Gary Payton. I think a couple of weeks ago, you guys were talking about, most hated opponents. And, there was the Reggie Miller, and then Trevor Wilson was definitely booed at McHale all the time. Oh, that's why you brought it up, because you were talking about people booing Bronny James.
Yeah.
And, and so, man, when Gary Payton would come in, and it was because it wasn't just because he was good, but because he was always talking to the crowd.
Exactly.
And,
he was talking to the crowd because he was frustrated. I mean, that guy, I think he was 1-8, 1-9 or something like that. He just coincided with he was the same class as Sean Elliott. He was the same class as Kenny Lofton. Same class as Anthony Cook. So, I mean, those are some damn good Arizona basketball teams.
And I want to say
sure.
this. I was going to say, I want to say this. I don't. Man, definitely going to miss the Pac-12, especially the trips, the Seattles, the Oaklands, the LA. But man, not to jump ahead, but that Big 12 is in basketball, especially in basketball. Football, they still got some work to do. But in basketball, them games. Now, I don't plan on going on any of the trips.
Yeah.
I don't plan on sightseeing or nothing. No, nothing the trips. I don't plan on that. But those games are going to.
Oh, they're going to be tough.
Baylor, Texas Tech.
And the thing is, it's a talented teams, but it's also fan bases that care more about their programs than we're going to see like tonight, or, I mean, what, even Utah and Washington State, they don't, Stanford, they're not filling their arenas these days.
Yeah.
But you go to Kansas State, you go to Iowa State, Baylor, TCU, Houston, UCF upset Kansas, West Virginia upset Kansas. These are not going to be picnics.
They got fan supports because they're all good. Last I checked, 10 teams were predicted to be in the tournament from that conference. 10.
And it ain't nothing to do in those areas.
Right.
It's not a lot to do. That is the happening thing.
They probably say the same about us.
Right.
They don't know. We don't know all the details of their lifestyle over there, but I hear what you're saying. I just miss the rhythm of it. Like, you get 2 home games against a certain state or region, the Bay schools, the LAs, the Oregons, whatever, and then you get 2 road games against the Washingtons or the Mountains. And then, like, next year, it's going to be, okay, we play, let's say, TCU at home, and then we play Iowa State on the road. Then the next week, you come home, you play Kansas State, and then you go play at Houston. And it's just going to be a really disjointed kind of strange schedule. I'm just going to miss the nice symmetry of the Pac-10, Pac-12 schedule. I just wanted to throw that in there today.
I will agree with that part of it. And we were talking about that last week. It appears like it'll be, it's almost going to be shifted from like a Thursday, Saturday thing to more of like a Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. So the games might still be closer together, but they're just not going to be. It's going to be like the first game is going to be on the weekend, and then the second game is going to be kind of maybe in the early part of the week.
Big Monday.
Right. That'll take some getting used to.
Yeah. Exactly.
But also, I mean, on the positive side, it frees people up on their Thursday and Friday nights during basketball season to do. It's usually a big night for dining out and arts and culture and that kind of stuff. But all those minor interests compared to sports. But when I was looking at the history between us and Oregon State, they won those 11 straight, and then since then, according to my count, we've won 69 versus 11 losses. So we've definitely dominated them, but they've had some big upsets of us. I mean, Miles Simon had to hit a game winner when we were defending national champions. They beat us when we had, like that 2000 team with, they beat us 2 years in a row on buzzer beaters. I think it was 99 with Jason Terry, AJ Bramlett, and that group. And then the next year we had, Gardner, Arenas, Michael Wright, Lauren Woods, and we lost to them again. And so I'm not thinking ahead to Saturday. I'm just really focused on tonight and hope that we can break the zone and just have maybe some easy transition points and whatever we need to do to get this win tonight. And then after that, you worry about Eugene.
And who could forget the 2015 game in January that finished 57-34? Such a
sounds like a Virginia score.
Right.
57-34.
Yes.
Was Tony Bennett coaching the Beavers at that time?
I believe so. I believe that's correct.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I just want to share some memories on that, and go Cats. Looking forward to a great win tonight. Let's hope so.
All right. We appreciate you as always, Doug, for checking in.
Bear down, Doug.
Bear down.
DK, I was looking at some of the scores from back when I played in '94. Oh my goodness, we beat them 156. Man, oh my God, I don't remember that.
They weren't good that year, huh?
156, and the other game was 96-69. What year did they have Bones?
Oh, yeah, right around then, right? Like he was late '90s.
He gave us
I think.
problems up there. I think we got him, but
they weren't that great though. I mean, they did not have a very good team. They just had a guy who could win a slam dunk contest.
What was his first name? Bone. Last name was Bones?
No. What
was that his nickname?
That's his nickname. What's the brother's name?
Yeah, he was the son of
Barry.
Yeah,
Brent Barry.
Barry's sons.
Oh, Brent Barry, who went to
John and Brent and all
who
those
grew
guys.
up with Roxy was talking about him.
Right,
yeah. Just went into the Hall of Fame.
Lanky.
Yeah, Bones. Yeah, no, he was, man. That was when I first knew he was going to the NBA because we played him up there, man, and he was everywhere. He was probably 160 pounds, about 6'7". But when I tell you he was everywhere, dunking and shooting threes, I was like, who's this dude? I had no idea who he was. I was like, who's this dude? The next thing I know, NBA.
All right, let's find out if there's a Beaver tonight who's going to get underneath the skin of your Arizona Wildcats.
Who is today's Pest of the Game? The Pest of the Game is brought to you by University Termite and Pest Control. Check them out at BePestFree.com.
All right, J-Dub, go first.
I got to go first?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go with the obvious one, which is Jordan Pope.
Okay.
Just because, again, I just think you talk about teams that don't really have the firepower. When you talk about 20-point home court, Vegas lines. The guys I worry about are the guys who can get their own, the guys who can put it in the bucket, and if they can instill confidence in the rest of their teammates, that's a problem. And so you definitely want to make sure that you don't let those guys get loose, and that's that guy for me is Jordan Pope.
Yeah, same for me, Jordan Pope. 90 more shots than anybody else on the team. He's an 86% free throw shooter, 38% from three, and made 40 already. Yeah, he's a guy that I worry about in a game like this where guards have been a problem for us in games that we've lost.
All right, I like to go with a guy off the bench or something like that. And then, of course, he never seems to play or never plays well. So maybe that's a good thing that I pick him and he doesn't play well.
It's because you pick him and the coaching staff got him scouted
Exactly.
and they don't do good.
So I'm going to go with Josiah Lake. Josiah Lake this year has shot 59% from the field when he is, applied himself offensively. But a guy that, gets assists and get steals. A guard, probably I would imagine he's probably the first or second guy off the bench. And if he can get hot tonight, then it could be a bad night for your Arizona Wildcats up there. Josiah Lake, freshman guard from Tualatin, Oregon.
South of Portland.
Is that the correct way to pronounce that,
Sure.
Mr. Oregon over there?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
I've never been to Tualatin, Oregon, but it's just south of Portland.
All right. Well, he won 2 state championships there, and he is the son of former Beaver men's basketball player Josiah Lake. Do we remember him? Josiah Lake?
That's probably why he's
Josiah
a second.
Lake senior. I don't. The dad's name does not ring a bell either, and he's a walk-on. Even better. I like that.
Watch out.
Walk-ons that play.
In-state tuition.
In-state tuition.
He's from Oregon, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Tuition.
All right, those are the guys that we think, or the 2 guys we think will get underneath the Wildcats' skin tonight.
That's today's Pest of the Game. The Pest of the Game is brought to you by University Termite and Pest Control. Visit BePestFree.com.
Arizona, Oregon State is the game that we have got coming up here for you at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. It is going to be Reggie Geary and Brian Jeffries on the call tonight from Corvallis. And then we've got Dayside basketball and national TV. We get like 1 CBS game a year. I think this is it. Actually, we have 2 this year, I believe. No, I'm sorry. The CBS game is later. This week is that network that I'm not watching right now on Saturday.
The network that shall not be named.
That shall not be named that helped destroy our conference. 3:30 is the tip-off on that game, so I guess I'll have to watch it on Saturday. Our coverage on Saturday will begin at 11:30 in the morning. We'll take you from 11:30 to 2:30, and then tip-off at 3:30, Oregon and Arizona from the Matthew Knight Arena in Eugene, Oregon. Still to come on this show, we're going to hear from Wayne Tinkle in the final hour of our program. We'll get a scouting report. He'll tell you about his decision not to have any transfers. That's different. Very different way of going about building this roster. Now, that's this year, I should say. No transfers this year. They do have a couple of transfers that they previously had on the team in Christian Wright, who came over from Georgia, and Dexter Akano, who came over from Marquette, and Justin Rochland, who came over from Arizona State, and Chol Mariel, who came over from Maryland. So they have transfers on the roster, just none this past year, as they made the decision to try to stay and go more young for the future. I'll also, coming up, have a key word for you on how you can potentially win a trip to Las Vegas for the big game weekend, known as, what was it? Superb Owl.
Superb Owl Weekend.
Superb Owl Weekend. I like that. That's funny. All right, Superb Owl 58. It sounds like something that would be flying around my condo complex. All right, it is not DK on the Sports Tip. It is the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tip-Off Show with Kelvin Efon, JW Madden. I am DK David Kelly, and you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management pregame show is brought to you by Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson Police Department.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez of Meridian Wealth Management, and I'd like to invite you to our complimentary retirement income workshop held every Friday at 10 a.m. in our offices at the Williams Center. We discuss the key risks in retirement, how retirement has changed, and how to best plan for success. A recent study showed 60% of retirees would go back and plan differently if they could. We want to help you avoid the would've, could've, should've. Call our office at 719-1433 to reserve your seat today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and number one goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Frog and Firkin, a standout among the bars and restaurants in the University area. Frog and Firkin does what very few pubs can, combine a festive atmosphere and great beer with a menu that could stand on its own in any restaurant setting. A sports enthusiast dream with over 30 TVs, 30 beers on tap, and over 100 import and domestic bottles. Daily drink and food specials, and the kitchen is serving until 10. A standout in the University area. Frog and Firkin. Eat local, support local. frogandfirkin.com.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results Team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results Team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results Team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Poston Results Team. When buying and selling really matter, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
You want to protect her. You'll give anything to make sure nothing harms her. Every minute together makes unforgettable memories. Except that time you parked her under that tree and...
Oh, come on, man. Really?
Sorry, we'll never speak of it again. But remember who came to her rescue? Recon Auto Detailing. Arizona's premier auto detailing company comes directly to you. We'll make your masterpiece shine like it should, and with a monthly maintenance package, we'll keep it that way. Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown and Tipoff Show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
KJ matched on McClendon. Bounce pass. Johnson right side out to Lewis. Wide open three. Got it. Lexus of Tucson Charity 3 for KJ Lewis. And the Wildcats now down by 8.
We'll see if KJ Lewis can keep his fine play going. That was a play he made with the basketball. Tommy Lloyd raving about plays he makes without the basketball. And he and the Wildcats will take on the Oregon State Beavers tonight. All right, I got a lot of stuff to give away in this hour here. All right,
coming out of your pockets.
Coming out of my pockets. It's just coming out of my pockets. I've got tickets right now. I've got tickets to see it's not a hockey show, but I got to take care of some business that didn't get taken care of this week. So we've got tickets to see the Tucson Roadrunners play tomorrow night. And I'm going to give those to caller number 1 right now. Caller number 1, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I got a 4-pack of tickets to see the Roadrunners play the Ontario Reign. That will be tomorrow.
3
tomorrow
p.m.
night. What?
3, right?
7.
7.
Game's at 7. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah, tomorrow night. Both games are this week. Both games this weekend are at 7. J-Double would have people down at the arena parking and trying to get into the building at 3 o'clock, and they'll be like, well, what are you folks doing here?
Get your
at
pregame
3
on.
o'clock. We haven't, it's
tailgate.
Like they must think it's skate.
There's
Pregame
tailgating
skate
in hockey,
or something.
too?
I would imagine there is. I would imagine that there is.
7 p.m.
All right, so
Dropping the
caller
puck.
number 1, if you want to go see the Roadrunners tomorrow night, I got 4 tickets for you, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. J-Dub will talk to you, and he will get you set up with that for Friday night. Also, want to shout out our girl, Jean Smith, who's continuing her valiant fight. Jean is hanging on. She loves her Wildcats. And we want to send a shout out to Jean as she gets set for Arizona basketball tonight against the Oregon State Beavers as well. Hang in there, Jean. Also, let's get all the business out of the way right now. Fontainebleau Las Vegas is the newest luxury resort and casino in Las Vegas. Kelvin, you go to Las Vegas much?
Yeah, I like Vegas.
Okay. Well, you have a hotel you prefer? Or?
No.
No?
I like good deals.
All
Good
right.
deals. Nice.
You like
nice,
good deals?
But good deals.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, this is a great deal. This is the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, newest luxury resort and hotel casino on the Las Vegas Strip. And I want to send you there for the big game weekend. One winner is going to score a trip for 2 to Las Vegas, including airfare, a 2-night stay at Fontainebleau Las Vegas, $150 credit to spend. They've got 36 restaurants and bars. You can spend that $150 probably pretty quick at any of those restaurants or bars. Plus 2 tickets to the Fontainebleau Las Vegas big game viewing party at the Blue Live Theater. So don't think that I'm giving you tickets to go to actually go to the Super Bowl game. No, you've got to come up with that yourself. I'm just getting you to Las Vegas, getting you a place to stay. And if you can't get those tickets to the game, I'm getting you a place where you can have fun and watch the game. Here's what you have to do right now. I'm going to give you a keyword, and I'm going to give you the number. You've got to text that keyword to. It's not like a real phone number, folks, okay? It's like, here's the keyword. Here's the number you've got to text to. 95819, okay? 95819. So you're going to text this keyword that I'm about to give you to that number to enter for a chance to win, all right? The keyword is watch. 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 That is your keyword. Watch. Text watch right now to 95819 for your chance to enter to win this fabulous vacation weekend in Las Vegas for the big game. Superb Owl number 58. Fontainebleau Las Vegas, 2-night stay, $150 in credits, 36 restaurants and bars. Text watch right now to 95819. All right. You ever been to the Super Bowl, Calvin?
No.
Okay.
Not the Super Bowl. You know what's crazy, man, is I like watching games on TV.
Okay.
I don't.
Nothing wrong with that.
If I was playing, I don't mind the crowd, but I hate.
You don't like to sit in arenas and that kind of thing.
Too many people, man.
Yeah.
Too many people, man.
Okay.
But for my Wildcat football, I get up in there. Basketball's a little harder, but football, I'm definitely on that sideline usually. Try to check my boys out.
Right. Yeah, I had my first Super Bowl I went to was I thought my Browns were going to be in it, but they weren't, and so I had to go. My dad, because I had already prearranged my dad to get the tickets because we thought it was going to be the Browns. So I ended up going anyway. It was the Broncos and the Giants at the Rose Bowl. And the Giants beat the Broncos, so at least I got some satisfaction out of that because that was the year that John Elway and the Drive and that whole thing stole our hearts. And
I will say this, DK. I was down the road from the Cowboys beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
When I was in Tucson and them boys won in '94, our last championship up there in Phoenix. So yeah, so that's about as close as I've been.
There you go.
But hey, that might count.
All right, we got Tim. Tim is our winner tonight of the 4 tickets to the hockey game.
All right, congratulations, Tim. Was Tim a hockey fan?
He is, and his wife is, and his wife plays, Jeannie, and they're going to go to the game tomorrow night.
All right, outstanding.
Not
Tim.
at 3 p.m., but at 7 p.m.
7 p.m., yes.
Yep.
If you get down there at 3, I hope you brought some food and a lunch because you'll be waiting for
Walk around, enjoy the sights.
Absolutely. All right, congratulations to Tim. He is going to see the Tucson Roadrunners, and if you texted WATCH to 95819, you may have a chance to go to Las Vegas and stay at the brand new Fontainebleau Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. All right, let's tell you what's coming up in this last hour of the show.
Let's take a look at the Right Way Rundown and see what's coming up on our pregame show. Brought to you by Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Do things the right way.
We'll have best bets coming up very shortly for you. Arizona is a 18-point favorite tonight. Your scouting report brought to you by Ram Plumbing. Wayne Tinkle, the head coach of the Oregon State Beavers, will tell you a little bit about his team and the future of his program. They'll be playing basketball in the West Coast Conference starting next season. Keys to the game, starting lineups, and all that and more still straight ahead. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tip-Off Show, also brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the best place to eat, drink, play, and watch tonight's game between the Wildcats and the Oregon State Beavers. All right, this week, or I should say this past weekend, Arizona came from behind to beat the UCLA Bruins 77-71. You heard Tommy Lloyd, if you were listening at the top of the show, just talk about how impressed he was just with what the fans did to will his team back into the game when they were down 19 points and the energy in the building and, you know, the Wildcats being able to rally. And he said a number of times that, you know, he didn't feel like his team played their best basketball last weekend, but they were home, and that home energy got them through. And he kind of categorized it this week about Arizona and this fan base as it compares to some of these other places that they are going for the final time, like they'll go to Corvallis tonight and Eugene on Saturday. And Kim Mulkey's halfway on the floor, as she always is. She just wants to get a technical every single game. It's got to be, right?
Is she on that ref?
She's always on the refs, man.
She don't mind the tech, though.
I'll tell you, man. I tell people all the time, man. I never watched. The first time I ever watched women's basketball was when she played for Louisiana Tech. That's my first memory of women's college basketball, was watching her play.
That was a squad, too.
They could play. They could play. All right, Tommy, tell us about why Arizona and this fan base is so special.
I mean, everybody plays comfortable home. Like, hey, for us, look at, for example, you know, we didn't play great last weekend, and, you know, I didn't think we played great in the SC game. We got through it. Obviously, the UCLA game, we didn't play great. But, you know, I think it's you know, certain places have more of a home court advantage than others. And I think one of the things that makes Arizona so special is, you know, some programs have followers and others have fans. You know, followers can fall online, you know, do this stuff, you know, maybe show up at a game here and there when it's a big team. You know, Arizona basketball has fans. And you know, we have a winning mentality and a winning culture in the community and in our program. And our fans are one of us. And when you show up to play, you know, a team like Arizona, you got to deal with all of us. And I think that's one of the places that makes this thing so special. And, you know, other programs might have their version of that, so it makes it tough on the road. You know, you have to deal with, you know, not only the guys on the court, and you got to deal with the fans. But at Arizona, our fans are one of us. And I think that's a great separator for our program.
I like that he doesn't run from it. You know, some coaches would run from it and not really try to make it a big deal. But I think one of the things that people love about Tommy is that he embraces it. He embraces the history of this program. He knows that, hey, there is the history, and we've got to carve out our own place in that history. We can't just live off, what the Kelvin Efons and the Jason Terrys and the Miles Simons and the Jared Baylesses and all of them have done. We've got to carve out our own place in that, but at the same time, it's important for us to embrace not only the history, but this fabulous fan base that comes out 15,000 strong every night.
Yeah, and by embracing it, that history of the players and the tradition, it lets those guys know it can be done. It can be done right here. A championship has been won here. Final Fours have happened. Winning.
6 million NBA draft picks.
Yeah, NBA draft picks. It all happened. It's realistic. And so that part right there, you want them to understand, so they'll have that. But also you want them to understand and be appreciative of that fan base and the people cheering in their form and whatnot. As players, a lot of times we want to say it doesn't matter who's at the game and I don't care. I remember saying this, but I don't care if nobody's in the stadium. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? It's so much more fun to play in front of 15,000 or football 60,000 people than a few, right? So yeah, it's important. And when you have that support and when these guys are going around, and I think it's important that he said it now because these guys are in conference now. They didn't have to worry about that at Duke. They didn't have to worry about that when they went up to Phoenix and played. Now you're in conference where there's not many people at the games, and he wants you to pay attention to that and really respect and appreciate how they give you that extra energy when things are not going well.
I look at it kind of like a book, right? And lots of chapters already been written in this book over the years, and you're coming in not to erase anything because that history is still there. You're in there to write your own chapter, to make your own impression, to do your own thing here on campus, but be respectful of all that's come before. And as far as attendance goes, fellas, I mean, Oregon State last year averaged less than 4,000 fans per game. Like, there's been an issue with attendance all across the conference last year. Arizona and UCLA was the only two teams that really drew. Are you talking about the fan support and what it means, especially getting down big to a rival like that? What Coach said right there about, it really being about the community, about the fans through the players and then into the program. The support will always be there. They're always going to – it's not picking each other up on your own team. Your brother's going to pick you up, Kelvin. But those fans are there to pick you up too.
I think Kim Mulkey just got a sideline warning.
Oh, for sure.
I think Kim Mulkey should start a game out every game with at least one sideline warning. They always know she's coming out. That's what she does.
Don't look now, but South Carolina is back in this game.
And the one thing I want to say is this: it's trust me, having these fans is great at home. But guess what? The NCAA tournament is not at home.
No,
the Pac-12 tournament. Well, that's Mikhail North. But the Pac-12 tournament, man, and depending on where they end up at, depending on number one seed. If we get the number one seed, is it going to be in the West? Is it going to be in the Midwest? Where is it going to be? And what that travel? We're going to travel well, but you're going to have to win this thing on the road. So I'm excited to see them play better on the road. I'm glad to see Coach putting that emphasis on them now. Sometimes it sucks. You have to lose a couple games on the road to figure out how serious it is. But right now, if these guys are serious about winning a Pac-12 championship, now is the time to take care of business. You actually, I feel like you need both of these on this road trip right here. If you really seriously want to win a championship, one, you got to take care of business against Oregon State because they, kind of at the bottom of the conference, and then you want to knock down Oregon because they're at the top. So there is a lot of meat on the bone for these guys this weekend, man, and I'm just waiting to see who's hungry.
Especially coming off the 2 losses because there's no excuses. Because you already see what it's like.
It can happen. To Washington State, to Stanford, you can be beaten on the road.
You don't bring the energy, you're in trouble.
2021, the last time Arizona lost back-to-back games on the road. They did so at Utah and Colorado. We'll have to look and see the last time they lost 3 games in conference play in succession on the road. I'm sure it's been a while since that happened. Tommy, though, speaking again on this program, Arizona being built from the community support to the university, and then it filters down to the players.
Obviously, in recruiting, you're trying to pick the right guys. You pick guys that you think will be a great fit for your culture. And then when they get here, we try to ingrain them in it. And, our program is supported and built from the community through the university to our players. I mean, so there is that. And so I think that's a great thing to think about, that one of us mentality. You know, it's all of us. That's what makes the program special. That's why people, you know, I mean, I went home Saturday and was like, you know, holy, you know, whatever, we got to play better. But at the moment, I also understood it was a special moment, and gosh dang, our fans enjoyed the heck out of it, you know. So, I mean, they were there to be entertained, and they felt part of it. And I know this, they were part of it. I mean, if we weren't playing in McHale that day, you know, we probably don't feel very good about the outcome of the game.
Tucson, what are some of today's best bets? Will the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at some of today's best bets. Brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right. Are we running away from this 18-point spread here? I know I am. I'm not taking 18 tonight. I'm not laying 18 tonight. No, thank you.
Nah, I you know, on the road at this point right here, they just need a victory. So I can't see them too much worried about by how much.
Yeah, I think Tinkle junk it up enough.
So does that mean you're taking the number, or you're laying the number, or you're taking the points?
No, I'm taking the points.
You're taking the points.
Yes.
Okay, Oregon State and the 18. All right.
Yeah, Arizona will not cover 18.
Okay, so everybody's taking Oregon State
just need
plus
a win right now on
the
the road.
18 points. Over-under is 49. I'm sorry, 49. Yeah, that's over. 149.
Going to be another 18-16 game. Or corner style.
Yeah, 149 over-under.
No, under.
Under, says Kelvin Ifan. J.W. Madden.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of matchup, a lot of switching of zones. So I think I'll go just over. How's that?
Just
I think
over.
151.
Okay, I'm going to say just over too, because I think the last week it was just over, and I'm gonna do that as well. So we could see some movement tonight. Everybody's taking Oregon State and the 18. J-Dub and I are going to go over. Kelvin is going to go under on this one.
149, right?
149.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
That's
on.
like 80 to 70?
75.
Yeah, something like that. Ooh. You sure you want to stay with under?
I want under. I'm going under today.
All right.
That zone slows everything down, man.
We'll see. We'll see who wins the money tonight.
Those are today's best bets. They are brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet. This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management pregame show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit novahomeloans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information. If you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for quality car parts in Tucson, look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
An enterprise of the Thana Autumn Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
The Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tip-Off Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Taylor will drive it through the lane, out to Ratai for three. It's good.
Yeah, Ratai's having a night right now, just playing with a lot of confidence.
80-68. Wildcats cannot shake Oregon State.
Arizona hoping they can shake Oregon State off very well tonight. It'll be a 9 o'clock tip here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Only time these two teams will play this season. This is meeting number 95 between the two. The Wildcats hold a 72-22 advantage, 28-16 in games in Corvallis. Beavers have defeated the Wildcats 7 times at Gill Coliseum. We were talking about, or Doug was bringing up some of those games earlier tonight on the show. The Beavers beat the Wildcats when they were ranked in the top 25 in 1989. Number 2 Arizona went into Gill Coliseum and lost by 23 points. He mentioned 1999. Did Doug, Oregon State winning at the buzzer over number 9 Arizona the next year. A 70-69 overtime win by the Beavers over a third-ranked Arizona team. 2004, they beat a number 14 Arizona team. 2006, the Wildcats were ranked 24th and lost by 10. 2015, number 7 Arizona win in there and lost by 2. And 2020, number 24 Wildcats beaten 82-65. By 17.
Tinkle got up there, when his son was playing Trey, and they had some ballers up there, Kelvin, for a minute. They had some health issues. When Tinkle first got up there, they had a lot of ballers on that team, but they could not stay healthy. Couldn't put it all together.
Yeah, I remember the brothers was on the team.
Yep.
The old Syracuse player. He was on is he still coaching there? What was his name? The guy that jumped out the gym.
Thompson brothers.
Thompson, yeah. Stevie.
Yes,
Stevie Thompson.
Ethan and Steven.
Steven Thompson. He's
he
still
was
there.
A beast.
Yep.
He was a beast in his day.
And he's been on the staff for 10 years there.
Yeah,
with
so
Wayne
it was
Tinkle.
more than just his sons coming there.
Yeah.
Because usually when your sons leave, you know.
Exactly.
You know what else? The USC coach is still there. His sons, the Mobley, is that the big the big fellas? They're gone and he's still there.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yep. All right, let's give you your scouting report.
Our 1290 Scouting Report is brought to you by Ram Plumbing. When your plumbing is in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Wayne Tinkle is in his 10th year coaching the Oregon State Beavers. A couple years ago, they got on a hot run. Did they win that Pac-12 tournament? They won the Pac-12 tournament to get into the NCAA tournament and then went to the Elite Eight. Who did they beat that year to win the Pac-12 tournament? I don't even remember who that was. But again, we mentioned this is kind of a young team they've got going on. He's got a lot of what he likes to term super sophomores. We've talked about a few of them tonight. Tyler Bilodeau is one. Casey Abekwe is another. Justin Rochelen is another. Michael Rataj. A good group of sophomores. Jordan Pope leading the way out of Oakley, California, the leading scorer on the team. And Wayne said earlier this year, it's time for these sophomores to grow up.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about the biggest year of growth for their players is between that freshman and sophomore year. And the fact that they're great kids, they put in the time. Our strength coach, Chandler, did a great job with them. Nick Buys, our trainer, getting guys healthy. We talked a little bit about where we were picked, and really we don't have anybody to blame because they don't know what they don't know.
JW, you said it was Colorado that they beat in that Pac-12 tournament.
UCLA, Oregon, and Colorado on their way to the Pac-12 title back in 2021, and then they defeated Tennessee, Oklahoma State, and Loyola Chicago before losing to Houston.
So that was the year that Arizona did not go. Did they? Well, that was the year Arizona didn't go to the tournament. I don't think they played in the Pac-12 tournament that year, did they?
2020-21.
Yeah, that was the sanction year.
Yeah.
That was the sanction year.
Self-imposed.
Self-imposed sanctions, indeed. And we also mentioned that this is a team that did not take any transfers this off season into their program. They had a number that they had taken in years before that, but no transfers this year. And Wayne Tinkle kind of explained his philosophy around that.
No transfers. We made a commitment after what happened 2 years ago to go young and to build it back. And I tell you, people know in our programs when we have the right group of guys and we stay healthy, we get things done. And I know there's some people that have been naysaying this, that, and the other. We don't listen to that garbage because it's been proven over time. And we feel that with this group, we've got the right collective, if I could use that word, collection of guys because they're made of the right stuff. They bought in, and we know that it's going to. I can't tell you how fast, but I know it's going to be quicker, more quick than we think.
Well, and I think what he was referring to when he was talking about what happened a few years ago was after they had that run to the Elite Eight, they really bottomed out in 2022, trying to build and it goes back to kind of something that I talked about yesterday on our afternoon show, where you get a run like that, and then maybe you try to bring in some guys from the outside to see if you can hold that cohesiveness together for another run. And that's kind of what I felt like Adia Barnes did the year after they went to the national championship game. She brought in a lot of grad transfers to try to see if we could extend that window. And at least on the Oregon State side, it did not work out very well.
No, it didn't. So, as a coach, you're like, okay, I'm just going to put time into the guys I have and try to get them a lot of playing time and see if these guys can become contenders by their junior year. I don't think this year is really what they were looking for.
No.
But next year, though, as juniors and seniors, there's a chance. Because if you look at Oregon State, I think it's like every 4 years he has a pretty good team.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that means after he recruits, he coaches guys up, and then they play well.
And going back to that run, that they had in 2021 as a 12 seed in the Midwest. They beat the 5 seed Tennessee by 14, knocked off the 11 seed Oklahoma State, or actually the 4 seed Oklahoma State, then beat Loyola Chicago before losing to Houston in the Elite Eight game, 67-61. Just an incredible run that they had through the NCAA tournament back in 2021. We mentioned another one of the sophomores that he's got on this club is a young man by the name of Casey Abekwe. Comes off the bench for Oregon State, 6'10", 287 pounds, averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds per ball game. And he talks about Casey Abekwe and what he's added to this team.
Yeah, I think the light kind of clicked into his defense. He was a late sign. A lot thrown at him, especially once Scholl went down. You saw, I mean, he won us the game against USC at home with a couple key blocks late. He's fired up. He's always been able to get up and down the court, but now he can play extended minutes. He's very focused. You got 7'2" Scholl, who doesn't weigh what Casey weighs. Seeing those two go at it, they've made each other better. So we do feel like with Casey and Scholl, we've got 2 legitimate low post threats.
And by Scholl, he is talking about Scholl Marial. I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Scholl Marial. And Scholl so far this season for the Oregon State Beavers is 7'2", averaging just 3 points and 3 rebounds. He, too, comes off the bench for this ball club. I mentioned Oregon State obviously does not have a permanent home in terms of the realignment that we've seen and the breakup of the Pac-12 conference. They'll play football in the Mountain West Conference next year. They'll play basketball in the West Coast Conference with the likes of Gonzaga and Santa Clara and Pepperdine and all of those schools next year. Wayne Tinkle on what the future for Oregon State is at the end of this Pac-12 run.
Yeah, I mean that's up in the air. And I'm not a big blame guy. I'm more of a solution guy, and I think it's sad as a guy that grew up mostly in the Northwest in Spokane. I would have never saw this coming. It is what it is. We've got to find a way to deal with it. But I know this. Who we are at Oregon State and Washington State could probably be painted with the same brush. We find ways to solve problems, and I know we're working hard to find not just solutions, but solutions that are going to help us prosper moving forward.
That's today's 1290 Scouting Report, brought to you by Ram Plumbing. When your plumbing is in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Those are some good programs up there. Solid programs in Oregon State and Washington State, guys who just kind of got left behind in this whole shuffle. And it's going to be kind of interesting to see what the future holds for them. A lot of talented athletes who, we've talked about that have come out of these schools. I was just looking at the retired jersey list at Oregon State. It's a list that includes AC Green, who we talked about a little bit earlier. It's a list that includes Gary Payton, who we talked about earlier, Steve Johnson, Ed Lewis from the 30s, Steve Johnson from the late 70s, and Mel Counts from the 60s. So there have been some guys that have been very successful in that program. And those are just a few of the names. I mean, you could throw out, Lonnie Shelton, who played a number of years in the National Basketball Association on that list as well. So a lot of really good, talented players that have worn the black and orange.
And we're just talking about basketball. I mean, you think about football. Dennis Eckerson. Is that
Dennis
right?
Erickson, yeah.
Erickson, yeah, he was there. And, Chad Johnson and the boys.
Ocho Cinco.
Steven Jackson, the big running back. I mean, so, man, they'd had a few guys come through there, man. It's hard to see this like this. But another thing I heard right there was he said he was from Spokane, Washington. Did he say that?
I don't know if I heard that. Did he
Tinkle?
Yeah, I know he said he grew up in that footprint. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and ain't that where Lloyd from? Tony
Yeah.
Lloyd? That's weird. 2 Pac-12 coaches from Spokane.
Yeah, he went to Joel E. Ferris High School in Spokane, Washington.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did Wayne Tinkle.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. 2 Pac-12 coaches from Spokane, Washington, because I've been to Spokane. And, yeah.
And this is interesting. If you look at I'm looking on Wikipedia, and you can never really trust everything that you see on Wikipedia.
No?
But they have a section on their Oregon State men's basketball page called Rivalries, and one of their they list the Oregon Ducks, the Washington Huskies, the Washington State Cougars, and the Arizona Wildcats as their 4 rivals.
Like Doug said, back in the day, early to mid 80s and then into the mid 90s, there was a big rivalry for sure.
And it was apparently the rivalry back in the day when it was Ralph Miller and Lutz Olson was termed or coined the Cat's Meow. That's I've never heard of that, but interesting. The Cat's Meow.
There are a few guys we haven't mentioned either. Drew Eubanks was up there. He's good. Also,
Eric Moreland.
Also, Gary Payton
Jr.
The second.
So
Gary Payton has carved himself out. He didn't have instant success in the NBA, but clearly he's been, a big contributor to the Warriors. Obviously, spent a little bit of time up there in the Pacific Northwest as well in the NBA. But yeah, there's a few guys come out of there, diamonds in the rough type of thing.
You mentioned Brent Barry. I remember Ricky Barry was a player during the early '80s there as well. There's some good guys, good players that came out of that Beavers program.
And when I hear that a lot of times, I always wonder what happened to where they're not able to recruit. You got Gary Payton out of Oakland,
right? Yeah.
What happened?
You got to build on that.
I never would understand it because I was thinking, maybe because it's up here, in Corvallis. But you look at the history, you like, why are they not able to get the guys that they need to help their program? I've never really understood that about Oregon State and Washington State, especially being in the Pac-12, in the Pac-10, and you're playing UCLA and Arizona. I'm like, there's no players that want to go there and play again?
And it's interesting just from the Washington State standpoint. I just remember when I was in school, the constant story of why guys from LA would go to Washington State is because they wanted to get the heck up out of Los Angeles. They wanted to get out of their situation as far as they could get away from it and not have the temptation of the streets, a lot of those guys. So they would go to schools like Washington State and Oregon State, just to be out of the environment. So I don't know if that's still the case anymore.
I know that Ralph Miller retired right at Gary Payton's senior year. So, Ralph Miller was there forever. He was there for 25 years, right? And he retired right as Gary Payton was graduating as a senior. And the next coach just never built on that reputation because he was college national player of the year type dude. Right, I mean, that Gary Payton as a senior was a monster.
All right, final segment of the show is straight ahead. It is the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tip-Off Show, along with Kelvin Efon and J.W. Madden, getting you set for Arizona, Oregon State. Tip-off coming up at 9 o'clock. You'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tip-Off Show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or RoyalKia.com.
Broadway in Tucson presents the Rockin' 2023-2024 season featuring 8 blockbuster productions including Disney's Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Hairspray, and Chicago. Enjoy the Southern Arizona musical premieres of Tina, the Tina Turner musical, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations, MJ the Musical, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Secure your choice season tickets today and get the ultimate in flexibility and the lowest prices all season. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your season tickets today.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez-Lee, President of Meridian Wealth Management. As a fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic offers military discounts to retired and disabled veterans, and they now accept patients with excess insurance. For more information and to find the location nearest you, visit firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's free furnace season at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And to spark business, we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we'll include a Wi-Fi thermostat, 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus we have 0 interest financing available.
Call or text 520-200-2422 today or visit rightwayac.com.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
The new Blue Whale Car Wash, formerly Octopus Car Wash, is now open. They're locally owned and operated and offer many ways for you to save. Start now by downloading the Blue Whale Car Wash app. Then visit their website at bluewhalecarwashaz.com to find a location near you. Don't forget to follow them on Instagram and Facebook for even more savings. And for a limited time, their exterior-only wash is $5 at all 4 locations. Blue Whale Car Wash, proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tipoff Show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bruins with the ball. Mack out top, ball tipped away by Love and a steal. Caleb Love driving the other way to the bucket. Simon home. Timeout UCLA.
Caleb Love. We love Caleb Love when Caleb Love is going downhill to the basket.
Sir, wish I could still do that. Back in the day, baby. But, ooh, man, he just cocks that thing so far back, man. I love it.
Tommy Lloyd, though, says playing downhill doesn't always mean driving the basketball.
I think we always play an aggressive downhill style, and downhill doesn't always mean driving. You know, downhill can be transition. Downhill can be through post play. I think you want to put pressure on the charge circle. You want to put pressure on the charge circle, and then that forces situations. With my mentality, I'm always think I want to put the defense in as many foul or surrender scenarios as possible. Then obviously I don't control the whistle. The referee does. So then hopefully we create enough opportunities that you get enough calls. I mean, it's and playing through fouls is part of the game. I mean, refs are great people, but they're not perfect. Coaches aren't perfect, players aren't perfect either.
Remember from last year's road trip at the Oregon schools?
I remember we got through the Oregon State game, and then we struggled and didn't play good at Oregon. And so we're going up, and Oregon State has played well at home. They beat SC there right after Christmas when SC had all their guys. I think they lost in overtime to Stanford. So that's our only 2 losses of the season at home. So, we know going in there, it's going to be a challenge. And then, Oregon obviously has a talented team, and it looks like Coach Altman's put together a really good squad, that seems to be playing really well together.
Beat SC by 16 at home right before the end of the year, did the Oregon State Beavers. So definitely capable of putting together a nice performance on their home floor. Tonight would be the night that they would want to do that, as they're actually honoring their 1963 Final Four team tonight at Gill Coliseum. Among the guys that played on that team, Rex Benner, Mel Counts, who we mentioned, Jim Jarvis, Jim Krause, Steve Pauly, and Frank Peters all going to be in attendance, bringing out the Final Four team for the Wildcats.
All those scary grandpas.
Tonight. Exactly. So, what do the Wildcats need to do to win tonight? Let's find out.
Wildcats fans, our keys to the game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, I gave you one of my keys to the game early, and that was get Kylan Boswell involved early. I'd like to see him get some touches to try to get a basket, to get him going offensively. I think if he can do that, then the Wildcats will be in a better position to try to win this game. I think the other thing defensively for Arizona is you do not want to foul this team, because they know how to shoot free throws. And I thought Arizona did a great job defensively. I think they only had 13 fouls in the game against UCLA. If you can get another game like that, don't give them free opportunities, because they probably can't beat you playing offense the way that you would think. But if you give them that opportunity and put them on the line, then you could be in for a tough night tonight in Corvallis against this ball club.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's exactly right, DK. And, mine is, I think first you have to start fast, man, on both ends of the court. I mean, that don't necessarily mean you got to get up 10, but you don't want to be lacking and lagging away on the road and give the other team a chance to get their confidence going. 2, be ready for the changing defenses. You don't know what you're going to run into when you play them, and your point guards and your guys with the ball have to be ready to set up accordingly to whatever defense that they're running. And then my third thing is, man, we got to slow down Pope, and you got to start with Boswell, but I would love to see Larson get on him a little bit, and KJ Lewis as well, with their size, to give them some problems, make them shoot over those guys with their athleticism, and also Bradley. I just think he's aggressive defender. I just switch guys up on him. Don't let him get comfortable.
Mine starts with establishing paint touches. I think you just got to go inside out. That inside out offense is real nice. Zone or no zone, I'd like to see a lot of early paint touches. Number 2, Oregon State's not a good rebounding team, so you got to dominate the glass, at least plus 10 rebounding advantage for the Cats, who are the best rebounding team in the conference. And number 3, just don't let the Beavers get comfortable on offense. That's not a good offensive team. They don't shoot well. They're around 43% as a team, 32% from deep. You got to make sure that a team like that on their home court doesn't get comfortable, feel themselves early, see the ball go through the hoop, because that's when you start getting into trouble. So just make sure you lock down, do all those defensive things Arizona normally does, and that's a key to get a victory up tonight in Corvallis.
Well, and don't let them be in this game in the second half, because what they do is they do shoot the ball well in the second half of games, almost 46%. So if they're around or hanging around or even have a lead coming out of the half, you might find yourself chasing tonight in Corvallis, and you definitely don't want to do that.
Wildcats fans, that's our keys to the game. Brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
Arizona and Oregon State coming up. This will be the first of 2 games this weekend up in the great state of Oregon. The Wildcats will play the Ducks on Saturday, so this is a local time. They're on Pacific time, so it'll be an 8 o'clock tip-off tonight, and then they'll come back and play at 2:30 on Saturday. Tommy Lloyd asked if he was worried about the quick turnaround between these 2 games.
These guys are fine. We're in the part of the season where, you're probably able to shorten practices a little bit, focus a lot on recovery and And the guys, they got to be amped up and ready to play. I mean, if they can't get up for games now, with what's on the line, they probably need to look in the mirror a little bit. So I'm not anticipating us, not being excited to play.
They just got to pack their Visine for Eugene because of that court. Yeah, because they got the vision on that court, man. That's one thing we're not going to miss. Is the court at the University of Oregon Ducks MacArthur Court, or
is it shine?
The shine and the patterning on it. It's just no good. It's no good.
Trees.
Yeah, it's no good.
University of Oregon's court. I thought you were talking about tonight. I'm thinking like, wait, Saturday's court. Yeah. That's a weird design.
Won't miss it.
They won't miss that at all. Kelvin, any final thoughts on this one today?
Yeah, man, just don't overlook these guys, man. I mean, you got a big game coming up on Saturday, and that game lessens if you don't take care of business right here. So just take care of business and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, it's that time of year where it's about Arizona basketball and the brand. And it's like, that energy, that standard that Coach Lloyd is always talking about. It's time to meet that standard and repeat that standard and be in every single game like you're playing against the best team in the conference every single night, because that's the time of year it is.
All right, we'll give you an update on your Mesquite Valley Growers scoreboard on the women's side right now into the final 3 minutes of this game in Baton Rouge. And South Carolina, the number 1 team in the country, has a 3-point lead on LSU, 70-69. LSU at times has led by double digits in this game, but the Gamecocks showing their wares as the number 1 team. They've got Jordan Paopao now, who played at Oregon the last couple of years, transferred over and is now playing for South Carolina. She's out there wearing her lime green Oregon Ducks shoes and playing pretty well, and almost made a bank shot 3 there. This is exciting. When we've seen some exciting women's college basketball games this year.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, again, those top level schools, man, they play ball, man, and it's exciting. I'm sitting here glued to the TV. So if y'all see my eyes looking up, that's what y'all looking at.
Just be careful if you rush the court, idiots.
Oh yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes. I mean, Caitlin Clark got drilled coming off the court over last weekend when the Ohio State Buckeyes upset the Iowa Hawkeyes, and who knows if LSU.
I'm surprised it don't happen more.
Yeah. I mean, you very rarely see that, but yeah, again, just they've got to start to do something about that. I mean, try to get the teams off as quickly as you can.
I said ever since the kid Joe K, I believe that's his name, over at Tucson High, he was a volleyball player that people ran on the court.
Right.
Ever since then, man, if you run on the court and I'm coaching, I'm taking my kids to the locker room.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm taking my kids to the locker room. One, you worry about your guys getting into it with one of the fans, because you just lost a game and now a fan is running into your face and different things like that. And when my team, if I'm coaching a team and they lose and we lose, I get straight to the locker room unless there's security already, boarding it off. If not, hey, I'll deal with the administration later. But right now, I'm going to protect my guys, one, from getting into anything.
The foundation of a great college basketball team begins with the starting lineup. Today's starting lineup is brought to you by Rockin' K, a master plan community designed by nature.
Tommy Lloyd, 75 and 15, will start. Kylan Boswell at 1 guard, 6'2" sophomore out of Champaign, Illinois, leads the team with 69 assists this season. Caleb Love, another guard, 6'4" senior out of St. Louis, Missouri, 24 points per game on the road in conference play. Can he do that tonight? Pelle Larsson, the third guard in the lineup, 6'5" senior swingman out of Nacka, Sweden, had a career-high 22 points against UCLA. Keyshawn Johnson at forward, 6'7", fifth-year senior out of Oakland, California, second on the team in rebounds, averaging 6 points, or averaging 6 boards. And the man in the middle, Umar Balo, 7-foot redshirt senior out of Mali, averaging 12 points and 11 rebounds in Pac-12 play. That's going to wrap up our coverage. Stay tuned. Coming up next, number 9, Arizona and Oregon State. Brian Jeffries, Reggie Geary on the call. You'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Bear down, Arizona.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management pregame show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in-ready homes and special incentives. Live RockandK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
This summer, savings is the ultimate drive.
The road has been long, and now you're here. One incredible family.
You've saved so many families so much. I want that opportunity.
Savings and Selection 100, now playing at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Go to O'Reilly.com, call 747-8000, or test drive one on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Find new roads at O'Reilly Chevrolet. More than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
With these scratchers, I'll win enough dough to enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally know how to fix your car right.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck on that, guys. But if you need a sure thing in automotive repair or for your next set of tires, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. And this month, pay with your Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care card and get $66 back.
And check out our full page of promotions and discounts at jackfurriers.com.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, here to get you there.
Jam it home. Bounce inside, Ballo turns, lay it up. Good, and he's fouled. Boswell on the run. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 to Larson. And Pella slams it home.
Let it rip. I mean, that's our theme. We're going to go there. We're not going to be conservative, and we're going to go for it.
Bounce right corner. Boswell for 3. It's good. Ivy right, shovel it. For Basar, who slams it home.
Arizona basketball is on the air. This is the Hughes Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off. Hughes Federal Credit Union, proud sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Analysis, commentary, and conversations with players and head coach Tommy Lloyd are all ahead. Now let's go live courtside with the voice of the Wildcats, Brian Jeffries.
Winter in the Willamette Valley is a good time to be indoors watching Pac-12 basketball, and tonight the venue is Gill Coliseum in Corvallis to see the Arizona Wildcats take on the Oregon State Beavers. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to our view of Ralph Miller Court on the Oregon State campus, where first place and last place will clash in 1 hour. The Wildcats interplay with an overall record of 14-4. The U of A is 5-2 in conference games. The Beavers are 9-9 overall, 1-6 in the league. The road has not been kind to the Cats in conference action so far this season. Arizona is 1-2 away from McKale Center, 4-0 at home. Meanwhile, all 9 season wins for the Beavers have come here in Corvallis. One of Coach Tommy Lloyd's rallying cries has been the league standings. First place is where he wants and expects his program to be on a regular basis. The Wildcats are there now.